This video won't have fancy editing. It's meant to be listened to, absorbed, and then you move on with your life. Put it on your headphones while on the bus or doing anything that doesn't require more than 2 brain cells. The idea is to deliver real information, not win an Oscar. Stop whining. The world owes you nothing. Some people wake up thinking the universe owes them an apology for everything that went wrong in their lives. Coffee got cold? Damn fate. Boss was an asshole? Bad karma. Someone cut you off in traffic? The universe is out to get you. But let me tell you a secret the Stoics knew over 2,000 years ago. The world doesn't give a damn about you. And that's liberating. Stoicism begins with a dry, sugarless truth. Life is chaotic, unfair, and random. There's no instruction manual that's going to change that. While everyone tries to control the uncontrollable, the Stoics controlled what actually matters, themselves. Seneca put it bluntly, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult." The key insight: stop positioning yourself as a cosmic victim. Nobody promised you it would be easy. Shit will happen, lots of it, in sequence, without warning, and that's okay. Have you ever tried to mentally control traffic? Sat there fuming in your car, cursing the driver ahead, thinking they'll speed up through osmosis. They didn't speed up, and you just earned yourself an emotional ulcer. Second Stoic commandment: learn to separate what's under your control from what isn't. Epictetus, with no patience for drama, laid it down. Some things are under our control, others are not. Period. What's under your control? Your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. Everything else? Tough luck. Accept it and move on. You can make plans, just don't cling to them like they're winning lottery tickets. Life doesn't care about your plans. The true Stoic is a master of adaptation. When reality deviates from the script, they change the script. Stoic challenge: next time something goes wrong, ask, does this depend on me? If yes, get to work. If not, carry on. Some people don't live, they act out a daily episode of Life Mistreats Me, starring themselves and their inflated dramas. Stoic spoiler: not everything is a problem. Sometimes you're just making a scene. It's one thing to have real problems, losing someone, facing illness, unemployment. It's another to turn slow Wi-Fi into an existential crisis. Some people act like they've been stabbed in the back because the waiter forgot the mayo. Epictetus's mantra: it's not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Practical example. Situation: you got rejected. Soap opera interpretation: I'm trash. Nobody will ever love me. Eternal loneliness. Stoic interpretation: the person wasn't interested. It happens. It sucks, but it's not the end of the world. The difference? There's an abyss between suffering and choosing to suffer. The first is human, the second is a choice. Some people think peace of mind is a luxury item. Gather some paid bills, a trip to Bali, a lo-fi playlist, and boom, you're a monk. The truth? If it were that easy, you could just put it on a payment plan. Peace of mind doesn't come in a box with free shipping. It comes from a more boring place: self-responsibility and conscious discomfort. Stoicism delivers. A reality check and a mirror. If you're waiting for the world to be perfect to have peace, you'll die stressed. Peace of mind isn't the absence of problems. It's the absence of internal disturbance in the face of problems. How to achieve it? Just like nobody gets ripped abs watching gym videos, you don't achieve serenity reading motivational quotes on Instagram. Peace comes when you stop reacting like a wild animal to every external stimulus. When someone trips you up and you don't retaliate. when plans change and you don't freak out. Anger is that emotion that arrives like a rocket and leaves, creating a trail of destruction, with the emotional bill in your name. Seneca wrote an entire treatise just about anger. You know why? Because he figured out that anger is one of the stupidest emotions we can have. Promises strength, delivers impulsiveness. Promises justice, delivers emotional revenge. Promises relief, delivers regret with interest. The insight? You can be a furnace inside and an iceberg outside. That's not fakeness. It's sharp emotional intelligence. Practical example. Your boss yells at you in front of everyone. Your impulse is to explode, but the Stoic stops, thinks. Does this depend on me? What do I gain by retaliating now? How do I get out of this with dignity? Result, instead of going berserk, you breathe, respond calmly, and solve it later with strategy. You're going to die. I am. Everyone is. No matter how many detox juices you drink, in the end, we'll all turn to dust. For most people, this is taboo. For the Stoics, it was a daily reminder of how to live right. They called it memento mori. Remember, you will die. Why this is good. Death is the ultimate antidote to procrastination, arrogance, and pettiness. When you truly accept that your time here is limited, you stop wasting it on bullshit. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his diary, "You can leave life now. Let this determine what you think, say, and do." In other words, if today were your last day, is this how you'd choose to act? Death, instead of being a threat, becomes a compass. It reminds you to value time, moments, and even problems, because they're also life. Result, more action, less procrastination, more presence, less empty promises. You know those people who always seem about to explode? Everything irritates, everything affects, everything becomes a trigger. They live like marionettes pulled by invisible strings. Most surgical Stoic advice: stop reacting like a reactive meat sack. The difference between a Stoic and a hysteric is simple. The Stoic thinks before reacting. They put an interval between stimulus and response. That interval is where freedom lives. This isn't passivity. It's the opposite. It's having clarity to choose your battle response and stance. It's having mastery over yourself when the world wants to pull you into chaos. Example, someone criticizes you. You can attack back and create drama, or breathe, analyze, and decide if it makes sense. Which seems stronger, more mature? True power, being strategically calm in a world that rewards outbursts. Here's one of this generation's biggest traps: the obligation to be happy all the time. Happiness became a product with an expiration date. The Stoics didn't give a damn about that. They weren't concerned with being happy. Their focus was different: being whole, complete, consistent with their values. For them, happiness was a consequence, not an objective. It was something that showed up occasionally, a bonus. What truly matters? Living well in the rawest sense of the term, with clarity, courage, and consistency. Like someone who does what needs to be done, come what may, even when nobody's watching. Practical example. You have a job that's not your life's dream, but you work well, treat people with respect, pay your bills, take care of your mind and body. You're not jumping for joy, but you're at peace with your integrity. The key insight: you might not be happy right now and still be on the right path. You might be tired, sad, frustrated, and still living well. Life isn't an amusement park. It's a training ground. You don't need to be laughing all the time to know you're becoming someone better. Forget the hysterical pursuit of happiness. Focus on being whole. Being someone who doesn't sell out, doesn't get lost, who stands firm even when everything's difficult. When you're whole, happiness doesn't need to be chased. It shows up from time to time, quietly in the corner of your soul. And then, you've lived like a Stoic. If you made it this far, subscribe to the channel. This script took work to make, a lot of work. Hit the like button, and let's move on to the next one.